and welcome back to the Banner Saga 2. We are just about to rest, as we said last time, to heal our guys a little bit up. And, well, at least one day should be helping us a little already. Cost us a little bit of supplies, but that's fine. We have still plenty. And only one more day injured for Berzi. So, that's okay. Let's see, what do we have to do? We can go visit the market. How much renown do we still have? We have 18 renown. What do we have as items? We have the Yox knots, 3 break talent ranks, 2 arm to break, 2 armor to break, and the Jarl's seal for 1 will per turn. Attacks never deflect and double strength on move, 10 dodge per strength attack. I don't think we need any of these, so let's just fill up a little. So we have supplies worth for 10 days. And yeah, let's leave it like that and let's continue with our journey. We're supposed to drop the cart in the sea that we have. Oh, some of our heroes are injured and need to rest in camp. But we just did that basically for one day. The scout points into the distance with a smile on his face. Walking that direction, begin to hear the strangest bickering between 2 Varl. Now you've done it, youth, says one Varl with a large shield and spear, kept on until others heard and came noising about. The other Varl glances away, nods politely, and walks towards you while shouldering his axe. Don't mind me, don't mind my brother, Nokke. He's a warrior. Nokke steps closer and shoves the other Varl with the shield. Youth, Varl don't have brothers, and it's warrior. Volkar looks at you with amusement and confusion. None of the other ravens seem to know how to react either. Are you 2 adults? Your next step better be in the other direction. Nope, I want them with me, of course. Not a nice way to say hello, Nokke says, extending his hand in greeting. And if we were adults, you'd stepping forward and swatting Nokke's hand. Would we even know it? Nokke says, well, you wouldn't, you'd, but I'd know. The spectacle continues and most of the ravens are now laughing at the absurdity. Kill them? Or we can tell them we're not sharing our food with them. I don't want to kill them. Youth shakes his head. We're not after food, are we, Nokke? Nokke says, no. Well, yes and no. Youth agrees. Yes and no. That's right. We'd fight with you. Nokke interrupts. For you, he means. Youth looks annoyed. Nokke, we'd fight for food, but we'd fight with this lot. You can join if you'll shut up. Yeah, I like both fighters along. Thank Nokke says, but Youth snaps a hand over his brother's mouth. Several mercenaries snort, trying to hold back laughing. The 2 Varls smile like fools and fall in line. Well, I said having more guys along is actually always a nice thing.
Wouldn't mind seeing irons fly. If only once more.
Apparently we found another of these stones. Just a small group following Harkon here with a raven. Remember the last time we saw this foul owl? Blood Axe? Shut up. Well, that is probably the owl. Seems like something happened here beforehand already. Think the ghost of this dead bird has forgiven you for that wing yet? Spar asked. The other ravens, including Volkar, look from the broken stone to you in shock. Aye, the old man says. We were here nearly 40 years ago, same spot as now. Only a dozen of us left to the unkindness then. Better men by twice than all of you. There's rumbling, but the ravens keep listening. We'd run a job for men. Fefre or Finnere Fenner more like, he says, spitting at the memory. He set us up to take the fall for some of his other deals gone bad. We got surrounded here and this bear of a Varl loses his mind. Grabs a tree, a whole tree, and starts swinging. Spar starts coughing, but recovers. Nearly killed us all, but all our rings took a hit like no other, and there you have it. The excited ravens start asking you questions, but Spar is all too heavy to answer. Study the bird-shaped stone. Inspect the damage you once caused. I told you to shut up, old man. Well, let's study it. Irings, the god known as the winter bird, stands proudly on an eternal perch of snow and ice. Stories of season past, of hunting Radomir across the summer skies, of creating blizzards while flapping its wings to land in winter, cover the outstretched wings. While walking around While walking around the stone, your foot thumps on something hollow. You clear away some ice and find a wooden box, probably left as some token of faith to the dead god. Leaving anything behind for the dead is a waste, you say, immediately prying open the box and pocketing the small item within. You got a pipe plant. Not sure what that is doing, but we get also a little bit of renown for, yeah, finding this stone. That's nice. Just gotta find out now what this small item is doing. And we can use it for whom we can use it on. Well, I assume there's still a long way to go. There's a smaller village though. And it seems like it's not burning for a change. Cold creeps under cloaks and forces the ravens to huddle together as wind whips around you. Snow begins to blot out the Wormskill Mountains in the distance and you're forced to call for an early camp. Rising from your sleep, you begin pacing, occasionally drumming your fingers on the top of the large cart. A motion in camp draws your attention. Walking towards it, you hear groans and see Volkar's shield rising and falling erratically among some furs. Humans, you snort, but the shield flips away, revealing a dredge grunt staring up at you. Stepping back, you bump into another dredge. Looking around, the entire raven camp is a swarm of stone-armored bodies desperately reaching for you. When your axe slashes out through nothing, you realize you were dreaming. An unexpected sadness swells in you, like you've let everyone down. A few of your ravens are watching you, smirking, but your growl makes them look away. You decide to walk the perimeter alone while everyone else slowly awakens. Well, small interference over here. Let's check what this item actually does for us. We got the pipe plants. +3 will on rest, 1 armor on rest, and 1 will. That's actually not bad. Probably for somebody on a distance who needs a lot of will and has the actually time to rest. He was a close combat fighter as well. Let's give it to Spa for now. We can always change our minds. Oh well, we don't give it to Spa because it's for level 6. So, forget about that part. Let's go back. We don't need to rest anymore anyhow. Berzi is fit again. We could go for some training, but I'd rather go ahead, I think. Well, as per that, we are still injured. Nah, that's fine. We don't need him in the next fight. Let's go on. We're almost at the little village, and I want to know what's going on there. Around to hear you yelling. A harsh voice reached your ears, followed by the laughter of several others. Your abrupt halt alters Volker, who immediately signals Draven to fan out and draw their weapons. Well, we get investigating there. Over the next rise, a group of 10 haggard fighters and a few Vals around half a dozen peasants in a broken wagon. A woman spots you and shouts, "Help us!" But a punch to the stomach drops her to the snow. The fighters turn, ready to fight. Just give us what's in the wagon. Charge? We are not interested in we are charging. We are helping these poor people and take afterwards their stuff. The man's confidence melts away, and he and all his fighters flee from your assault. You give chase for a time, but soon return to the wagon and peasants. Thank you. The woman who was punched earlier says, "I'm safer. I know you don't want us around, but if you're heading toward Bindal, we'll follow your path." Fine, but your food is ours. I think I keep them their food, because normally guys or girls with pictures are going to join you at some point. Of course, we'll be well behind you, but behind you all the same. Sefa says, "Thank you." Well, days passed, morale declined, a little bit of supplies lost. A couple of Raven scouts take off to check out the cluster of tents ahead, refugees from Ormsdal. One of them says upon returning, "They've got a sizable camp and seem disciplined. They know we're here," the scout adds. "No sense in trying to avoid them." Take the lead and approach the refugees. A hooded man with a red spear greets you. "My name is Buck, and this is Loffen. You're Bulwark of the Raven, and is this your wife?" You are confused as much by his question as by the fact that no one is with the man. "Who is Loffen?" "Well, don't have wives? What do you want, Buck? Who is Loffen?" He moves his spear forward a foot. Actually, I could have guessed that. "Loffen, my advisor of sorts." You look at Volker and snort. "You're the second spearman we've met who is more than a little touched." The man stares at Volker, a dangerous look on his face. "If you're finished having your laugh, I'll tell you why I've come to you." "Fine, but make it quick." "I'm leading this large group of trained fighters and tradesmen from Ormsdal. We're looking for a new home." We've done what it takes to survive out here, but they are starting to lose faith in me. You want us to reinforce your control? No, I want you to take over. Lead us someplace we can live. Lofen and I weren't meant for keeping others alive. That's actually an interesting idea. We're heading past Bindal, but we'll take you there. What do we get in return? For one, we won't kill you. Buck smarts, but there's no humor in his eyes. We'll share the food we've collected and fight alongside. Should there be a need? He stops and converses with his bear. Spoiling you, Lofen, is. We'll even spread the word of how great the ravens are. Well, we take them to Bindal. Buck kisses the metal of his spear and smiles. You have my thanks. Oh, Lofen thanks you as well. 83 clansmen join us. And 80 fighters and 24 supplies we're getting from that. Well, Bindal is not that far away. The unyielding snowfall is proving too much for the humans who now vainly attempt to follow your large footprints. In truth, the sky and your surroundings lack enough contrast to know where you're going, and it's cold. The trees over here. Volker managed to say, motioning with her spear. The foliage blocks some of the wind, but does nothing for visibility. With no other options, you burrow into the snow, cloaked in your bare fur. Well, we lost some supplies. And apparently we have to make rest.
Darkness. Lightning. Someone pulling in the energy. Painful.
Berg, wake up! You damn bear! You're being robbed! You roar and shake off the foot of snow covering you. The unclear dream still vivid in your mind. Buck uses his spear Lofen to point east. Those clansmen you saved, they killed your guards and they're taking everything. You lost 5 fighters, 12 supplies. Volker's by your side in seconds, followed by the spearman. You sprint along the snowy path of stone supply straight into an ambush by the bandits, originally harassing the clansmen. Zephyr turns and smirks. Oh, that bitch! I was nice and friendly. Well, that teaches me to be nice and friendly. Stealing from the ravens, you must have a death wish. Well, let's start with the obvious. We're just with a few guys. Let's shield up here, that we have a little bit more defense. Start taking that one out. Next step, dealing damage to him, because he already attacked and has lost already quite some health, so his damage is not really relevant anymore. We could get over to here to start an attack, and I think that's what I'm going to do, even though it takes some of our willpower. But taking away health from ranged units is quite useful. No ability, just a basic unit. Well, that doesn't help us at the moment. Who are you? Just a regular archer. It's fine. Need to get away from him a little bit. Probably being able to take someone over here. Well, there was a trap set up by somebody. That doesn't look good for that archer. Nope, not good at all. Now let's finish him off. Even critical hit. I wish he would do that when it's necessary. Yeah, there's not much we can do. We can't reach the enemy, so we're just moving a little bit. Being supportive for Harkon. No, is it actually a Harkon? No, Boldak. Why? I always say Harkon. Big Stigger. What does it actually do? 20% to crit. Just an allies at. Well, We don't have any just ally anyhow. So let's go for a regular attack on that one. We are losing quite some ground here. Especially these ranged units are causing at the moment a little bit of trouble. Shooting another trap somewhere. I assume that it's over here. Let's make space free here. I didn't have to move that far actually. Ah, missed that. Thank you for joining us. Crits, very nice. That is what I meant with critting when we need it. Now we are just facing 3 more units, 1 half dead, 2 half dead, and she's also almost dead as well. Suddenly, it looks much better to us. Well, he's a little bit stuck here. But fighting 2 ranged units should actually not be a problem. Oh, we need that willpower. And basically that was it. No health left, no armor left, she's dead. And we get renowned for the shield maiden. The foes lying dead are defeated. There we go, defeat 3 enemies with the shield maiden, got that one. Buck got the promotion. 17 renown, that is acceptable amount. And 12 supplies we are getting back. That little cunt. Sepha's wounds are great, and she whimpers in the snow. You not Falco, dispatch the bandit archer with haste. This is what helping Falk gets you, you row. Well, that was not a roaring. Grab all these supplies and bring them back to camp. You tell the ravens are hoisting a barrel on each shoulder. 10 renown additional. Let's have a look what we can spend that on. I would like to promote someone. Let's see. He's actually, I think, not that bad, but we have already the shield maiden as a shield fighter. I think somebody with a spare fighter. I think somebody with a proper shield would be of more use, or bringing him further because he always was very strong. Let's go with him for now. We also have more renown to promote somebody else. We can promote him even twice. Actually, I'm going to do that. Well, what do we have? We have the Tempest. The Walker uses massive weight to sweep his weapon, so that's a round attack. Other the Thundering Impacts. The War Master is even harder than an average warrior with no chance to miss. He can wreak havoc with an additional +1 strength and also adds 1 break damage to the target, plus bonuses to heavy impacts. I think I'm going for that one. That sounds pretty useful if you have high armor enemies around you. And we are going to increase here. And his strength by 2 and his armor by 1. Let's do it like that. 10 reno, I'm going to keep them in order if we might need at any kind of point some more supplies. We can buy a little bit with it. Now, let's get going, I would say. Vindal is getting closer. Next day we lost another 3 supplies. Morale has decreased a little bit, but we are still in a good morale for now.
The miners of Bindal are a rough drought. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
The old wanderer fights his way up next to you. Can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guess Olorings hasn't forgiven you yet after all. Should you have died already? I don't remember there being much to see here. Keep bringing up irons and you cough up more than flagging. Should you have died already? Spark grunts. Soon enough, I reckon. Of course, these old bones won't be forming any mountain. Rambles more like. He squints into the distance. There's bound to be more people from Ormsdal trying to find a new home in Bindal, Spar says. Crowded towns haven't always been good for us. What's got you worried, old man? There's never been trouble we couldn't find our way out of? We are only stopping long enough for supplies. What's worrying him? A bunch of ravens set loose upon a slew of scared men and women is what? I don't understand. A bunch of ravens set loose upon a slew of scared men and women is what? Spar says, won't take much to have the guards after us, if they let us in at all. He has a point, but there's little to be done about it. The idea of being around so many others in such a confined space makes you tense. You crave a long hunt and sleep in solitude. Well, again sleep? Are we dreaming something again? Nope, this time we are just walking inside the city. I'm still pulling that card off the sorceress. Oh, our caravan got a little bit longer. All of these people are looking for food and a home. Well, we keep on walking. There seem to be really quite some refugees. Well, he was looking for an ale. Now let's see if they let us in. Worst case, we are forcing our way in there. Well, looking at the gate, that actually doesn't seem so easy, especially considering that's what's meant. I bet that Scout Tower already said word of us being here. Have they already been besieged? The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town of Bindar. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them. Open the fang gates, you shout. From the wall, 2 men look down on you, then recede. Soon the gates open enough for a half-dozen well-trained guards to greet you. The one-eyed captain points and says, just you. Volka steps to your side. Not alone, she says. She comes with me. The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Very nice and welcoming greeting here. Inside the small gatehouse are the 2 menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cup of a man holding a staff. Valkatsev, it is the Raven Banner. So it seems, but why here? Why now? Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hole up. We brought some people with us, they need a new home. I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here. Are you Bolverk? Bolverk Baladex? Hold your tongue, Nichols. What do you know about me, boy? Well, cut it out. No, we're not that unfriendly. I've heard all your tales. I can't believe your cold bear cloak is real. Is it true your axe handles are made from your own horns? The older mender placed a hand on the young man's shoulder. Whoa, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend. You ignore her. Are you in charge here? Where's the governor? The governor left for Arborang a while back with most of the fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender Council sent me to bring the people of Bindal west as we've heard too many rumors of the wretch. More than rumors. We were in Borsgard, saw Belova. The immortal Sundra? How did you escape? Immortal? Was a joke. He's dead. Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Sevka looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Ormsdal? We managed. Seth looks like she wants to press you for more information. Enough. Open the gates for my ravens. Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdal, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yaks. Well, we could threaten her. No, that's not a good idea. We camp against the leapboard walls. Thank you. You'll have all the assistance with your shelter Valka and an assistant can give you. Funny you wanted us in when you're on a job for one of your own. You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. I'm not aware of another Valka being out this direction. Who has tasked you? Juno. Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Eagles, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. I'll see to it and make sure the ravens are comfortable. The young men are not respectful to Zephyr and grins at you, and Volka before leading the guards through the gate. Morale improved? I'm inviting only the two of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit more warmth and comfort. Separate us? No, we are staying with our guys. Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary. Maybe, but I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation. My superior... No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Valka known as Juno is dead. That's interesting, because I'm pretty sure I saw her. Chapter 10, To Speak in All Tongues.